Happy Saturday, everybody, as we welcome you into the Lely Fieldhouse for some more Comet Volleyball action as they take on Montana Western Bulldogs in a Frontier Conference match. Nick Paulsard with you today. Comets coming off a loss to number 21 ranked Montana Tech last night in straight sets, 3-0. The Bulldogs of Montana Western receiving votes in the latest coaches poll, come in off a 3-1 win over Valley City last night in Valley City. Comets come in 2-4 overall in the season, 0-2 in Frontier League play, currently on a 4-game losing streak. Look to end that skid today against the Bulldogs. Bulldogs, they come in 3-5 overall, 1-0 in conference play after their first conference match last night. Some teams in the Frontier League playing their first conference matches this weekend. This is the third one already for the Comets. Last home game for a while for any Mayville sport. Next home game for Comet Volleyball will be September 23rd. That's a Wednesday at home against the Cobras of Concordia in a non-conference game. That match scheduled for 7 p.m. Comet football on the road tonight at Concordia, taking on the Cobras. Kickoff scheduled for 7 p.m. They're from Jake Christensen Field in Moorhead. And Comet golf in action this weekend, tomorrow and Monday in Fergus Falls, Minnesota for the Spartan Invite. That's their second meet of the season for the Comet golf squad. Take a look ahead at the schedule for the Comets. They're on the road the next 2 weekends. Friday, September 12th, they're at the University of Providence in Montana. Match scheduled for 7 p.m. Central Time. Then Saturday, September 13th, at Montana State Northern. Match scheduled for 6 p.m. Central Time. Then September 17th, which is a Wednesday, they're at Carroll College. 7 p.m. Mountain Time or Central Time start there. And September 18th, which is a Thursday, at Rocky Mountain for 7 p.m. Then back at home for 3 straight matches to close out September 23rd against Concordia at 7. And September 25th, Thursday, they're at home against Dickinson State. 6 p.m. starts, also faculty and staff appreciation night. And Friday, September 26th, at home against Bismarck State at 6 p.m. It's also parents' night. So that's a look ahead there for Comet Volleyball. Take a look at starting lineups real quick. First for the Montana Western Bulldogs. Again, receiving votes. They're 3-5 overall, 1-0 in conference play. A 5'10 sophomore from Gillette, Montana, Savannah Warburton. A 6-foot junior from Fair Oaks, California, Danny Brown. A 6-foot junior from Las Vegas, Nevada, Jaden Perez. 5'9 senior from American Fork, Utah, Megan Hardman. 6'1 senior from Billings, Montana, Jordan Olson. A 6-foot freshman from Clovis, California, Kennedy Lingenfelter. And the libero is a 5'4 sophomore from Billings, Montana, Taylor Ketchum. The Bulldogs are coached by Katie Lovett in her 7th season. For the Comets, they come in 2-4 overall. 5'9 senior from Leeds, North Dakota, Desiree Schwanke. 5'8 senior from Candu, North Dakota, Lindsay Nyhagen. 5'9 freshman from Bismarck, Cadence DeWitts. 6'2 junior from Albany, Minnesota, Andrea Marshak. A 5'8 sophomore from Bagley, Minnesota, Catherine Agnew. 5'10 junior from Surrey, British Columbia, Canada, Trinity Mancourt, and the libero is 5'5 junior from Castleton, North Dakota, Tori Richter. The Comets are coached by head coach Laura Pesa in her first season at the helm. All right, anthem's been played. Lineups have been announced. We're just about set for action here between the Bulldogs and the Comets. Comets in all black uniforms today, Libero in white. Exact opposite for Montana Western, white jerseys, Libero in black. And Comets looking to end their 4-game skid as they've dropped their last 4 after winning their first 2 of the season. And Montana Western 3-5. They're 1-0 in conference play after starting their conference season last night in Valley City. Comets are 0-2 in Frontier League play. And last home athletic event for a couple weeks here. Comet volleyball and football will be on the road. Next home sporting event is baseball, which they will take on Dickinson State in a doubleheader starting at 1 p.m. on September 20th from Scott Berry Field. It'll be the Bulldogs to serve. Megan Hardman to serve, 6 service aces on the season, second on the team in assists with 77. Servers up and we're underway here on this Saturday afternoon. On the attack comes the Comets. Mayencourt played off of Ketchum to Warburton. On the attack goes Danny Brown, played by Richter. Here come the Comets. Mayencourt again, deflected at the net. It's Olsen. On the attack from the back row, Savannah Warburton, and that's out of bounds, too strong. Comets jump out to a 1-0 lead. Well, bringing Alex Neschheim for the Comets, the 5'4" senior from Minot. She'll be back to serve. No aces on the season. Comets lead at 1-0 here early on set number 1. Bulldogs on the attack. It's Olsen, the lefty, deflected, kept alive by Nyhagen. Neschheim calls for it. We'll set it up Mayencourt, deflected at the net, kept alive by Marshak. Schwanke on the attack, pushes it over. Played cleanly by Hardman. Olsen, lefty swing, played by Neschheim. Marshak on the attack, deflected, kept alive by Ketchum. Olsen again, too strong, out of bounds. Comets are out in front early on, 2-0. Jordan Olsen, team leader in kills for the Bulldogs with 74 coming into tonight. Neschheim to serve again. On the attack comes the Bulldogs. Big swing, getting the kill there is Danny Brown. Her 40th kill of the season gets the Bulldogs on the board. That'll bring in Kennedy Lingenfelter, a 6-foot freshman from Clovis, California. Back to serve Morgan Harrison, the redshirt junior from Chelan, Washington. Harrison, 5 service aces on the season, puts her in 3rd place. So on the attack comes the Comets. Schwanke from the left side, deflected, kept alive by Harris, pushed over by Warburton. Schwanke again on the attack, played by Harrison in the back row. Here come the Bulldogs. It's Warburton, blocked at the net. Marshak had a few blocks in the loss last night as Olsen gets that one over the net and in for a kill. Her 75th kill on the season, and it's 2-2. So Harrison serving yet again. Bulldogs have scored 2 straight. On the attack comes the Comets. Mayencourt, big swing, too strong, out of bounds. And the Bulldogs have their first lead of the afternoon. So 3-2 Bulldogs lead it here. And Bulldogs coming off a win against Valley City last night. Comets coming off a loss to Montana Tech. Schwanke on the attack, deflected, kept alive by Warburton for the Bulldogs. Harrison has to just bump it over her head, overplayed by Neschheim. Nyhagen sets up Marshak on the slide, played cleanly by Harrison. Olsen is out battle at the net, won by the Comets, kept alive by the Bulldogs, and Warburton mishits it into the net, point Mayville State. Catherine Agnew will sub in for the Comets. It'll be Tori Richter back to serve. Richter, 4 service aces on the season, the team leader in digs with 82. That serve dug out by Ketchum. On the attack and getting the kill there, Jaden Perez. Perez, her 35th kill of the season. Lingenfelter back in. It's Ketchum to serve, the team leader in aces with 8 on the season. Also second on the team in digs with 81. Ketchum serve, played cleanly by Neschheim. On the attack comes the Comets. Mayencourt, big swing there, but too strong again, out of bounds. Bulldogs are out to a 2-point lead. Mayencourt's got the power in that right arm of hers, but has been able to find the touch here early on in this one. It's 5-3 to score. Neschheim plays that one, Nyhagen to Schwanke, deflected at the net, kept alive by Schwanke. Schwanke again keeps it alive. Mayencourt, right side, played by Ketchum. Lingenfelter on the attack, and she drops it in for the kill, her 62nd on the season. Bulldogs up 6-3. So Ketchum continuing to serve. That one played by Neschheim. Almost off the Raptors, kept alive by Schwanke. Nyhagen's not going to be able to get it over the net. It'll be a point for the Bulldogs. They're out to their largest lead of the day, 7-3. Ketchum serve, played by Mayencourt. Agnew on the attack, kept alive by Ketchum. Warburton blocked at the net. Mayencourt and Agnew kept alive. Ketchum. Warburton has to play it over. Neschheim. Nyhagen setting up Mayencourt. Mistimed jump, but is able to get it over. Played by Hardman. Olsen on the attack. Too strong, out of bounds. Gives the Comets a 7-4 deficit. Danica Hansen, the sophomore from Mayville, in for the first time. And Jocelyn Austin, the junior from Grandin, in for the first time tonight for the Comets. Hansen on the season. I do not have her aces listed. I know she had 2 last night. I believe she has 5 total on the season. On the attack, Lingenfelter blocked at the net, kept alive. Lingenfelter battled the net again. That one falls out of bounds. Point Mayville State. Hansen to serve again. Comets down by 2, 7-5 early on set number 1. Hansen serve, played by Warburton. On the attack, Olsen deflected. Nice dig there by Hansen, keeps it alive. Neschheim pushes it over. On the attack come the Bulldogs. Olsen again, this time finds the space in the back row for the kill. 8-5. Sophie Warden, the 5'8" junior from Vancouver, Washington, in for the first time for the Bulldogs, as is Maxine Hoagland, the redshirt sophomore out of Whitehall, Montana. Sophie Warden to serve, no aces on the season. Bulldogs squad 48 aces coming into today. That one played by Richter. Hansen sets up Agnew, battled the net, won by the Bulldogs, kept alive. Hansen pushes it over, played in the back row by Harrison. On the attack, Warburton kept alive. Neschheim. Richter will set up Austin, who just punches it over, kept alive by Ketchum. On the attack, Warburton, tip. Neschheim keeps it alive. Richter has to play it over. We play on. On the attack goes the Bulldogs. Lingenfelter, nice dig there by Tori Richter. Schwanke kept alive. Warburton. On the attack goes the Bulldogs, played cleanly by Richter. Austin on the attack for the Comets, just pushes it over, played by Harrison. Lingenfelter blocked at the net, Agnew, but kept alive by the Bulldogs. Hoagland plays it over, played by Richter. Hansen, Agnew, big swing, and muscles it through the defender's hand for the kill. Catherine Agnew, her 23rd kill of the season. Cadence DeWitt's back into the game for the Comets. So it'll be Schwanke to serve. Schwanke tied for the team leading aces with 6 on the season. Comets down 2, 8-6. On the attack comes the Bulldogs. Lingenfelter tipped it over. They say it was tipped by the Comets, so we play on. Hoagland somehow finds the needle Threads the needle there between Agnew and Richter for the kill. Danny Brown back in for the Bulldogs. Savannah Warburton back to serve. 2 service aces on the season. On the attack comes the Comets. Austin punches it over. That one somehow rolls all over the net, and Agnew unable to get it over. Now the following point for the Bulldogs. 10-6 they lead. Bulldogs up by 4 here, approaching the halfway point of set number 1. That serve way too strong, side out back to the Comets. Makes it a 3-point deficit. Tyler Cornelius, the senior out of St. Michael, Minnesota, in for the first time tonight for the Comets. Andrea Marshak back in there as well. Cornelius, 3 aces on the season. Third on the team in digs with 42 coming into today. Jump serve. Played by Ketchum. On the attack comes the Bulldogs. It's Brown, blocked at the net. Marshak kept alive. Ketchum. Brown again, played by Hanson. Cornelius to Austin, blocked at the net. And there'll be a point for the Bulldogs off of Austin. I believe that was Danny Brown on the block. As Lingenfelter back in to serve. 5 aces on the season. Third on the team in blocks with 28. Bulldogs are a good defensive volleyball team. That serve played cleanly by Richter. Hanson will set up Marshak. Big swing, muscles it through the defender for the kill. Her first kill of the night. 11-8 to score. Lindsay Nyhagen. Trinity Mayencourt back in for the Comets. Out goes Austin and Hanson. It'll be Nyhagen to serve. All tied in with Schwanke for the team lead in aces with 6. 11-8 to score here, set number 1. Comets looking to get off this 4-game skid as that serve sails out of bounds. Side out back to the Bulldogs. I'll bring back in Olsen and Hardman for the Bulldogs. It'll be Hardman to serve, 6 aces on the season. Schwanke plays that one on knee into the front row, almost running into a couple students down there, and Marshak plays it over, played by Warburton. Olsen on the attack, deflected, kept alive by Schwanke. Nyhagen will set up Mayencourt, just punches it over, and that's deflected for the kill. Trinity Mayencourt, her 14th kill of the season. Alex Neschheim back in, she'll be back to serve. 12-9. Comets find themselves down 3 here in set number 1. That serve miss hit. It'll be a side out to the Bulldogs. 13-9 the score. Back in comes Morgan Harrison. She'll be back to serve for the Bulldogs. That serve played by Richter. On the attack, Marshak for the Comets. Deflected but kept alive by Warburton. Olsen, big swing, deflected, kept alive by Richter. Marshak on the attack with the touch, played by Olsen. On the attack, Warburton for the Bulldogs. And that one, they're going to say was deflected, and it's a kill for Warburton, point to the Bulldogs. It's 14-9, Bulldogs leading it. That serve low, dug out Nesham, kept alive. No one able to get there for the Comets. Nice play there by the Bulldogs. Gives them a 15-9 lead, their largest score of the night. So Harrison stays serving. That one played by Schwanke on a knee. Richter able to keep it alive. Neshheim has to play it over. On the attack, Bulldogs battle at the net. Controlled by the Comets. Schwanke deflected, kept alive, and now is able to find some open space. Kill for the Bulldogs. And we have a timeout taken on the floor by the Comets. Bulldogs out to an early lead here, over halfway through set number 1. They lead at 16-9. 16-9, Comets trail the Bulldogs here in set number 1 out of the timeout. Morgan Harrison to serve for the Bulldogs. Serve from Harrison, played by Schwanke. Nyhagen, Marshak muscles it through the defender's hand. Her second kill, 16-10. She'll sub out. Catherine Agnew back in. Tori Richter to serve. Richter serve, played by Harrison. On the attack come the Bulldogs. Getting the kill there off of the deflection, Jaden Perez, her 35th kill of the season. Bulldogs back out in front by 7. It'll be Ketchum to serve. Serve, too strong, side out, point back to Mayville State, 17-11. Jocelyn Austin, Danica Hansen back in there for the Comets. It'll be Hansen to serve. Hansen serve, played by Warburton. She'll come on the attack for the Bulldogs, blocked at the net. That was Agnew. Kept alive though. Olsen, other side, muscles it through Agnew's arms for the kill. Jordan Olsen gives the Bulldogs back their 7-point advantage, 18-11. Jada Ward in for the first time tonight, the 5'5" freshman from Pocatello, Idaho. Maxine Hoagland back in there. It'll be Ward to serve, 5 aces on the season. So from Ward, played by Schwanke. Hansen set up. Schwanke tries to go back corner, but too strong out of bounds. Point to the Bulldogs, their largest lead of the night at 8. Comets down 8 here, later stages of set number 1. Ward serve, played by Neschheim. Hansen, cross court to Austin, too strong, trying to go back row again. Comets down 9. Avery Look in for the first time tonight for the Bulldogs, the 5'10" freshman out of Idaho Falls, Idaho. Jada Ward continuing to serve for the Bulldogs. On the attack comes the Comets. Hansen to Agnew, just taps it over, played by Ketchum. Here comes the Bulldogs. Pushed over goes Harrison. Austin on the attack for the Comets, kept alive by Hoagland. Avery Look able to find the space in the back left corner for the kill. Her first kill of the day, gives her 14 on the season. Bulldogs had their largest lead at 10. So 21-11 the score here in set number 1. That serve will fall in, ace there off the hand of Jada Ward, her 6th ace of the season. It's 22-11 as the Comets use their final timeout. Down 11 here in set number 1. (22-11) the score. Bulldogs leading the Comets here in set number 1. Set to check in for the first time for the Bulldogs is Nora Dominic, the 6-foot junior out of Wilsaw, Montana. She'll sub in. Lingenfelter will sub out. Jada Ward serve. Bulldogs have ballooned this lead out to 11, 22-11. Serve from Ward is too strong. Nesham ducks out of the way. Lets that one go out of bounds, side out back to the Comets. Cadence DeWitt's back in for Mayville State. It'll be Schwanke to serve. (22-12) the score. On the attack, the Bulldogs, and getting the kill there, Nora Dominic, just her second kill of the season. Puts the Bulldogs 1 point away from set point. Danny Brown back in from Montana Western. Avery Look to serve, 3 aces on the season for Look. That one too strong, side out back to the Comets, 23-13. Tally Cornelius. Andrea Marshak back in for the Comets. Will be Cornelius to serve. Serve from Cornelius, played by Look. On the attack comes the Bulldogs. It's Hoagland, kept alive. Schwanke, bow at the net, still alive. Somehow the Bulldogs keep it alive. Ketchum sends it over, played by Schwanke. On the attack, Marshak tries to go back corner, but not enough touch on it as that's too strong, and we're at set point, 24-13. Lingenfelter, Perez back in for the Bulldogs. Tori Richter back in for the Comets. Lingenfelter set to serve, set point here for the Bulldogs in set number 1. That one wide left, side out back to Mayville State, 24-14. Nyhagen, Mancourt back in for the Comets, Ketchum back in for the Bulldogs. Nyhagen to serve. Serve, played by the Bulldogs. On the attack comes Danny Brown, kept alive, Schwanke. Nyhagen, Marshak, back corner, too strong out of bounds, and that'll do it here in set number 1 as the Bulldogs take it 25-14 to go up 1-0 through 1 set. Welcome back. Just about set for set number 2 here between the Bulldogs and the Comets. Bulldogs take set 1, 25-14. Take a look at the stats first for Montana Western. Jordan Olson leading the way with 3 kills, 2 kills apiece for Savannah Warburton and Jaden Perez, then 1 each for Danny Brown, Kennedy Lingenfelter, Maxine Hoagland, Nora Dominic, and Avery Look, and 1 service ace for Jada Ward. For the Comets, 2 kills to lead the way for Andrea Marshak, and 1 apiece for Catherine Agnew and Trinity Mayencourt. Comets have lost 14 straight sets, so look to get a set victory here. Try this thing up 1 apiece. They'll serve first. It's Lindsay Nyhagen. Nyhagen to get us going here in set number 2. That serve played by Brown. On the attack comes Montana Western, and getting the kill there is Jaden Perez. Her 3rd kill of the afternoon. Bulldogs up 1-0 early on. Morgan Harrison in to serve for the Bulldogs. Harrison serve, played by Richter. On the attack comes the Comets. It's DeWitt's big swing there. Too strong, though, out of bounds. Bulldogs are out to an early 2-0 lead. Harrison serving again, played by Schwanke. Kept alive DeWitt's off the rafters, and that'll fall in point for the Bulldogs. So unfortunate bounce there off of Tori Richter. Gives the Bulldogs a 3-0 lead. Marshak on the attack, blocked at the net by the Bulldogs, kept alive Nyhagen. Mayencourt, big swing there, but too strong and out of bounds, no deflection, point to the Bulldogs. So Harrison serving once again for the Bulldogs, high arcing serve, dug out Schwanke, that one's over the net and tipped down, point for the Bulldogs. That was Jaden Perez getting her hand on it there. So 5-0 Bulldogs. Serve from Harrison, dug out by Mayencourt. Marshak, big swing, finds open space for the kill, her 3rd kill of the afternoon. Gives her 55 on the season. Meshheim in to serve for the Comets. Serve from Meshheim, high arcing, played by Ketchum. On the attack comes the Bulldogs. It's Olsen, big swing there, but it was wide right, out of bounds, point Mayville State. Tried to sneak it in on the line there, but it was too far to the right, so point to the Comets, 5-2. Serve from Nesham is low, but dug out by the Bulldogs. Olsen taps it over, and they'll be able to keep it alive. Goes Nesham, and she goes crashing in to Mayencourt. Everyone's okay, point to the Bulldogs, 6-2. You catch him to serve. Ketchum serve is a line drive, dug out by Nesham, kept alive Richter. Schwanke on the attack, played in the back row by Harrison. Olsen on the attack for the Bulldogs, muscles it through the arms of Marshak and Schwanke for the kill, and it's 7-2 Bulldogs. Ketchum serve, dug out by Richter. Nyhagen to Schwanke, played by Ketchum. On the attack, Warburton, played by Nyhagen. Richter keeps it alive. Mayencourt tops it over, deflected, and falls in for a kill. So the deflection works in the Comets' favor there. Mayencourt gets the kill. Her second of the night. Catherine Agnew back in for the Comets. Tori Richter to serve. Serve from Richter, played on a knee by Ketchum. On the attack, Warburton, too strong, out of bounds, point Mayville State. Comets back within 3, 7-4. They look to snap this 14-set losing streak. Serve played by Warburton. On the attack, Lingenfelter, too strong, out of bounds again. So another attack error by the Bulldogs gets the Comets back within 2. Richter's serve played by Warburton. On the attack, Lingenfelter, played by Nyhagen. Richter to Mayencourt, big swing there. Too strong, attack error for the Comets, point to the Bulldogs. Sophie Warden and Maxine Hoagland back in there for the Bulldogs. It'll be Warden to serve. Warden serve, played by Neschheim. Schwanke, cross court, Mayencourt just pushes it over, played by Ketchum. On the attack, Lingenfelter, deflect at the net, kept alive by Schwanke. Mayencourt blocked, and now will fall in bounds there to a point for the Bulldogs. I believe that was Maxine Hoagland on the block. Doubles the Bulldog lead 10-5. 3 straight points for the Bulldogs. Serve is low, played by Schwanke. Nyhagen to Schwanke. Out of bounds, wide left. Attack error by the Comets, and Coach Laura Pesa wants a timeout, and she'll take it. Comets down 11-5 here, set number 2. They find themselves down 1-0 overall. Ten to 5, Bulldogs lead out of the timeout here in set number 2. They took set number 1, 25-14. Take a 1-0 lead. Sophie Warden to serve for the Bulldogs. Comets searching for their first conference win of the season. Bulldogs searching for their second. Mayencourt will play it over. Play in the back row by Harrison. On the attack comes the Bulldogs. It's Lingenfelter. Whistle blows. We're going to have a violation called on the Bulldogs running into the net, so point Mayville State. Danica Hansen in for the first time, and Haley Johnson, the sophomore out of Grand Forks, in as well. Hansen to serve. Hansen serve, dug out by Ketchum. On the attack comes Hoagland for the Bulldogs, played by Richter. Johnson just pushes it over. On the attack, Warburton. Hansen will set up Agnew, big swing there, but too strong. Attack error on Agnew gives the Bulldogs an 11-6 lead. Danny Brown in for the Bulldogs. Warburton back to serve. Serve played by Neschheim. Hansen, Agnew deflected at the net. It'll be a point for the Bulldogs. So 12-6. Warburton serve, dug out, Neschheim. Hansen will set up Johnson on the attack, too strong into a couple of football players sitting down over there. And they're in action tonight at Concordia Moorhead. Kickoff scheduled for 7 p.m. against the Cobbers. It's first ever night game for Cobber football in their history. So Comets back-to-back night games to start the season. 13-6, Bulldogs lead it here over the Comets. In set number 2, Hansen sets up Agnew, just punches it over, but out of bounds. She wanted a tip, won't get it. And it's 14-6 Bulldogs. Danny Brown serve. No, that is Warburton. Their 2s and 9s look kind of similar on their jerseys. So Warburton to serve. That one is a service error into the net. Side out back to the Comets, 14-7. Cadence DeWitt's back in for the Comets. Desiree Schwanke to serve. Schwanke's serve, played by Warburton. On the attack there and kept alive Neschheim. Schwanke, and unable to get there is Tori Richter in point for the Bulldogs. Their largest lead of set number 2 at 7. Lingenfelter serving for the Bulldogs, played by Schwanke. On the attack comes the Comets. It's Agnew, tries to go left side, kept alive by Warburton. Big swing there from Hoagland, kept alive, Hansen. Johnson on the attack, pushes it over, played by Warburton. Warden swung there and getting a kill, Danny Brown, as she muscled it through a few hands of the defenders, and it's 16-7, Montana Western. Lingenfelter serve, played by Richter. Hansen, Agnew, blocked at the net. That was Jaden Perez, the team leader in blocks coming into tonight with 33. And it's 17-7 Bulldogs. Lingenfelter serve, played by Schwanke. Hansen pushes it over. On the attack comes the Bulldogs. Big swing there from Hoagland into the net, kept alive. Battle at the net again. Hoagland, whistle blows. We're going to have a violation called on the Comets for a double hit. Point to the Bulldogs. It's 18-7, and the Comets will take a timeout as they find themselves down 11 here in set number 2. Comets trail the Bulldogs here in set number 2. Comets looking to just win a set. They've lost 14 straight sets dating back to a couple weeks ago. Lingenfelter to serve for the Bulldogs out of the timeout. Her serve, played by Schwanke. That one had some juice on it. On the attack, DeWitt, played by Warden. Cross-court pass to Brown, off of Schwanke for the kill. Largest lead of the night for the Bulldogs is at 12, 19-7. Serve from Lingenfelter going at Richter. Battle at the net, and that was, I believe that was Danny Brown getting her hands up and finding space for the kill. Comets really struggling here this afternoon after playing, I thought, really well last night against Montana Tech, one of the top teams in the country. It's a little flat here today. So that one will be in for the ace for Lingenfelter. 21-7 the score. Tally Cornelius will sub in for the Comets. Lingenfelter, played by Richter on a knee on the attack main court. That one's in for the kill. Excuse me, that was DeWitts. Cadence DeWitts with the kill. Finally, the Comets get a point. Andrea Marshak back in. Now we have confusion with the subs on Mayville State side. We had this last night as well. Looks like they've got it figured out. Jordan Olson, Jada Ward back in on the Bulldog side. So 21-8 to score here in set number 2. They give a point to the Bulldogs, I guess, for the illegal substitution or what, something. So it's 22-8. On the attack comes the Comets. Johnson swung, kept alive, and that one is out of bounds off the hands of Savannah Warburton. Point Mayville State, 22-9. Jocelyn Austin, Lindsay Nyhagen back in for the Comets. Serve played by Ketchum. On the attack come the Bulldogs. Off of Nyhagen, and that'll be a kill for Jada Ward. Excuse me, that was Warburton on the kill there. Morgan Harrison. Avery Look back in for the Bulldogs. 23-9 the score here in set number 2. It's Harrison to serve. On the attack, Lindsay Nyhagen finds the open space and catches the Bulldogs sleeping for the kill. 23-10. Desiree Schwanke, Alex Neschheim back in for the Comets. And Neschheim to serve. High arcing serve played by Ketchum. On the attack come the Bulldogs. And Jada Ward catches the Comets sleeping like Nyhagen did to them. Puts us at set point, 24-10. Ketchum to serve, set point. That serve played by Neschheim. High arcing played by Richter. Schwanke will just push it over. Here come the Bulldogs, set point. Lingenfelter off her back foot, played by Richter. Nyhagen will set up Schwanke, blocked at the net, keeps it alive. Austin to Richter, who has to push it over. Lingenfelter on the attack, off of Nyhagen, kept alive. Neschheim, Schwanke. She'll find space for the kill. Desiree Schwanke. Schwanke, that is her first kill of the game. Makes it 24-11, excuse me. Catherine Agnew back in for the Comets. Tori Richter back to serve. Still set point here for the Bulldogs. On the attack, they come. Blocked at the net, Agnew, but kept alive. It's Look, and that one out of bounds. Tack error by Look, 24-12. Richter to serve, and that'd be an ace as Look misplayed it, so ace for Tori Richter, her 5th of the season. Keeps the Comets alive for now. Richter again going after Look. This time she plays it cleanly. On the attack, Olsen deflected, kept alive by Austin. Schwanke deflected. Now will be a kill. Desiree Schwanke with a couple kills here late. Comets have rattled off 4 straight points. So, timeout official for Jordan Olsen to tie her shoe on the Bulldog side. Richter to serve. Played by Ketchum. On the attack, the Bulldogs. Lingenfelter off of Nesham, and that'll fall in for a kill. And the Bulldogs will take set number 2 by the same score as set number 1, 25-14. They go up 2-0. Comets looking to avoid another sweep here in set number 3. Welcome back. Bulldogs leading the Comets here 2-0, taking both 1 and 2 by scores of 25-14. Danny Brown, Jordan Olsen leading the way for the Bulldogs with 5 kills each, 4 for Jaden Perez and 3 for Savannah Wartburton, and 2 each for Kennedy Lingenfelter and Maxine Hoagland, and 1 for Jada Ward, Nora Dominic, and Avery Look. Lingenfelter and Ward with service aces for the 2 of them. For the Comets, Andrea Marshak leading the way with 3 kills, 2 apiece for Desiree Schwanke, Trinity Mayencourt, and 1 for Nyhagen, DeWitts, and Agnew, as well as Haley Johnson. 1 service ace for the Comets belongs to Tori Richter. Comets have drawn and dropped 15 straight sets, dating back to the opening weekend of the season. Set number 3 just about set to get underway. Be the Bulldogs to serve. Megan Hardman back for the Bulldogs. We're underway here in set number 3. Bulldogs looking for the sweep. Start off conference play 2-0. Marshak on the attack. Big swing there, too strong, no out of bounds. Or no, they're going to say it was tip. So Marshak gets the kill, her 4th. Just Alex Neschheim in to serve, so they're going to say that was deflected. I couldn't see it. But a kill for Marshak gives the Comets a 1-0 lead. Neschheim serve, low, dug out. On the attack goes Holguin. Schwanke pushes it over, dug out there by Warburton. On the attack, Danny Brown, that falls in for the kill. Danny Brown, her 6th kill. Morgan Harrison, and then for the first time, Antonia Duncan, 5'11" freshman from Sparks, Nevada, in for the Bulldogs. It's Harrison to serve. Serve is played by Neschheim. On the attack comes the Comets. Marshak tips it over and then tipped back over by Jaden Perez. Nice touch there from the 6-footer Perez on the 6'2" Marshak. Bulldogs 2-1 now. They've got off 2 straight points here. And Comets looking to just win a set. Harrison serve, just gets over the net. Nyhagen pushes it over, and now here comes the Bulldogs on the attack. It's Perez, played by Nyhagen. Schwanke for the Comets gets the kill off the deflection. Her 3rd. Ties us at 2. Catherine Agnew back in. Tori Richter to serve. On the attack comes the Bulldog. That one blocked at the net, Agnew, but kept alive by Perez. There goes Duncan off of Neschheim, and that'll be the kill. Duncan, her 14th kill of the season, first one today. So that brings in, for the first time tonight, Olivia Rosborough. Rosborough, the redshirt sophomore from Oregon City, Oregon. Taylor Ketchum to serve. Bulldogs leading at 3-2, looking for a 3-set sweep with the Comets. Schwanke plays that one off her back foot. Now she'll come on the attack off the pass from Richter. Kept alive. Ketchum to Harrison and pushed over by the Bulldogs. Austin on the attack. She's been quiet. No kills for her today. Nyhagen will set up Schwanke, and she'll find back corner for a kill. Gives her 4 kills on the day. 2 here in the first couple points of this set. Haley Johnson, Danica Hansen in for the Comets. It'll be Hansen to serve. Hansen serve, played by Harrison. On the attack and getting the kill there. Big swing from Taylor Peterson. Peterson, the redshirt senior out of Evanston, Wyoming. Jordan Olson, Jada Ward back in for the Bulldogs. It'll be Ward to serve. Four to 3, the Bulldogs lead it. Ward's serve is wide right. Ties us at 4. Cadence DeWitt's back in for the Comets. Desiree Schwanke back to serve. On the attack comes the Bulldogs. It's Olsen. That one blocked at net, but out of bounds. Point and kill for Jordan Olsen. Warburton and Brown back in for the Bulldogs. It's Warburton to serve. Comets down 5-4 here in set number 3. On the attack comes the Bulldogs. It's Olsen again, off of Richter's shoulder into the front row of bleachers. Big swing there. Jordan Olsen back-to-back kills, makes it a 6-4 Bulldog lead. So Warburton to serve. Victor plays it to Hansen, pushed over by DeWitt, played by Ward. On the attack comes the Bulldogs. It's Warburton from the middle, just gets over the net, played by DeWitt. Schwanke from the back row, played on a knee by Ward. Ketchum will set up Brown, and she'll find space for the kill. So 3 straight points for the Bulldogs gives them a 3-point lead. Warburton serve, played by DeWitt. Hansen sets up Agnew, muscles it through the defender's hands for the kill. Her second kill of the day. I'll bring back in Marshak and Cornelis. Cornelis, high arcing serve, played by Brown. On the attack, Olsen. We have a whistle blown. We're gonna have a lift called on Olsen. 7-6. Comets get the point. Comets have routed off a couple here to get back within 1. Serve from Cornelis. Going after Brown again. She'll come on the attack. Played by Schwanke over the net. Kept alive Cornelis. Hansen tries to go back corner, but kept alive by Warburton. Olsen on the attack, and she gets the kill. Jordan Olsen, team leader in kills with 74 coming into today. She has 8 on the afternoon, so give her 82 on the season. As it's Rosborough to serve for the Bulldogs. Hansen, big swing DeWitt. Kept alive somehow by Ward. Olsen, though, mishits it into the net. Attacker, point Mayville State. Jocelyn Austin, Lindsay Nyhagen back in for the Comets. On the Bulldogs side, Taylor Ketchum back in. It'll be Nyhagen to serve. Nyhagen serve, played by Brown on the attack, kept alive by Nyhagen. Austin on the attack, kept alive by Ward in the back row. Olsen, bad set. It's going to be called a line official over. Is it hit the pole on the net? But who touched it is the question. Was it a Comet player or a Bulldog player? Lengthy discussion here, and they're going to give the point to the Comets. So we'll take it. That ties it up at 8. Call it an attack error on the Bulldogs. So Nyhagen to serve. Serve from Nyhagen, played by Brown. On the attack goes Brown, kept alive Richter. Marshak punches it over. Here come the Bulldogs. It's Olsen, big swing again, another kill. 9 kills on the day for Jordan Olsen to lead the way for the Bulldogs. Megan Hardman and Maxine Hoagland back in for the Bulldogs. It's Hardman to serve. Hardman serve, played by Schwanke. Nyhagen push it over, played by Ketchum, and getting a kill there. Nice play from Jaden Perez. 10-8, Bulldogs lead. Hardman serve, played by DeWitt. Nyhagen will set up Marshak. Tip, kept alive. Warburton plays it to Brown off of Richter. Schwanke tracks it down. Richter will just have to push it over. Here comes the Bulldogs. Big swing there by Hoagland, kept alive. Nyhagen DeWitt's big swing off of Ketchum for a kill. Cadence DeWitt's her second kill. Alex Neschheim in to serve for the Comets. Neschheim serve, high arcing, played cleanly on the attack. And somehow kept alive. Nyhagen able to keep that one on, pushed over by Marshak. Good hustle there. Don't know how that didn't hit the floor. So we play on. Austin on the attack, pushes it over. Ketchum, big over the net, and Marshak uses every bit of that 6'2" frame and those long arms to get up and put that one down over the net for the kill. Ties us at 10. Good play there from the junior out of Albany, Andrea Marshak. So we're all tied up, 10 apiece. So from Neschheim is low, dug out by Warburton. On the attack comes Danny Brown off of Richter. Nyhagen, Marshak again, played by Hardman. Neschheim plays it to Nyhagen, Marshak again, taps it over, deflect at the net, kept alive, Schwanke. Schwanke on the attack, big swing there, kept alive, Warburton in the back row. Brown on the attack now, kept alive by Schwanke. Nyhagen pushes it over, played by Hardman. Ketchum will set up Brown, big swing there, nice save from Tori Richter. Nyhagen, Neschheim pushes it over. Here comes the Bulldogs, big swing blocked at the net by Jaden Perez, but out of bounds. Point to the Bulldogs. That one just hit past the line. It's 11-10 Montana Western. Morgan Harrison in to serve. Harrison serve, played by Neschheim. Nyhagen, Schwanke, kept alive Hardman. Now Duncan, kept alive Schwanke. Marshak swung, kept alive by the Bulldogs. Here they come. Miss hit there, attack error by Maxine Hoagland. Ties us back up at 11. Catherine Agnew back in. Comets playing much better here in the third set than they did in the first two. But it might be too little too late. Tori Richter's serve, played by Duncan. On the attack goes Hoagland, kept alive. Richter plays it, Austin just punches it over. Ketchum has to play it over, a little miscommunication there by the Bulldogs was almost disastrous. Schwanke goes back corner, but wide left, out of bounds. Attack error gives the Bulldogs a 1-point lead, 12-11. Olivia Rosborough back in, it'll be Ketchum to serve. Serve from Ketchum, played by Schwanke. Nyhagen to Agnew, blocked at the net. That was Rosborough on the block. Bulldogs out in front, 13-11. So 13-11 to score. Richter plays that one cleanly. Schwanke deflected, kept alive, Ketchum. On the attack, Duncan kept alive. Here comes Austin for the Comets, and she finds space. Her first kill of the night. Gets Comets back within one. Give Austin 21 kills on the season. Hansen and Johnson back in for the Comets. It's Hansen to serve. So 13-12, Comets down one, down 2 sets to nothing. That one's a service error on Hansen. Gives pointing the ball back to the Bulldogs, 14-12. Bulldogs took the first 2 sets by the same score, 25-14. Olsen and Ward back in for the Bulldogs. It's Ward to serve. Hansen to Schwanke, big swing, dug out there by Ward. Olsen on the attack for the Bulldogs, played by Hansen to Johnson. Richter pushes it over. Here comes the Bulldogs. Big swing, but blocked at the net. Agnew unable to stay with, and it'll be a kill for the Bulldogs. Makes it 15-12. Olivia Rosborough on the kill there. Serve played by Neschheim. Here comes the Comets on the attack. It's Schwanke off of Ketchum to Harrison. Hansen goes back, cornered just enough touch and gets that one in for the kill. Danica Hansen, her first kill of the season. Picked a good time for it. 15-13, Schwanke back deep to serve. That one kept alive somehow by Ward, but mishit into the net, tack error. Comets back within one. Again, much better third set from the Comets here than the first two. Kind of similar to how they played last night. They played really well against a really tough Montana Tech team. Serve from Schwanke, Ketchum to Olsen, played by Hansen. Richter to DeWitts, played in the back row by Harrison. Olsen on the attack, big swing there and a kill. Olsen putting her mark on this third set. Olsen 5 kills in this set alone. Excuse me, 6 kills in this set alone. 16-14, Comets down 2. Warburton serving. Hansen to Johnson, big swing there, played by Warburton. Brown on the attack, off of Richter into the student section for the kill. So Brown the kill, makes it 17-14. That serve off of DeWitts into the official for the ace, 18-14. The Comets will use their first timeout. Got a closer one here in set number 3. Comets looking to avoid the sweep as they're down 18-14 in set 3. Comets trail the Bulldogs here in set number 3. Comets looking to avoid their 5th straight loss. They find themselves down 2-0 here in this one. Savannah Warburton to serve for the Bulldogs out of the timeout. Their serve played cleanly by Richter. Hansen to Johnson. Comets wanted a tip, but they won't get it. It's tack error on Johnson, 19-14. Bulldogs lead it. Warburton serve, played by Schwanke. Hansen, DeWitts, played by Ketchum. Here comes the Bulldogs, it's Brown. And that one, unable to get to it, is Schwanke, and it's Brown with a kill, 20-14. So 6 straight points here for the Bulldogs. Pushes their lead out to 6. Schwanke unable to handle that serve cleanly, and it's an ace for Warburton, her 3rd ace of the season. Comets kind of falling apart here late. 21-14. That one, Johnson dug it out, battle at the net, kept alive by Richter. DeWitts, played by Ketchum, back over. Agnew to Hansen, to Johnson, big swing. Played by Warburton, but that'll be off of her into the bleachers, and it's a kill for Haley Johnson. Andrea Marshak, Tally Cornelius back in for the Comets. Comets down 6, looking to avoid another sweep. Now 1 too strong, it's service error on Cornelius, point to the Bulldogs. Tori Richter back in for the Comets. Nora Dominic back in for the Bulldogs. It's Olivia Rosborough to serve for the Bulldogs. 22-15 score here, set number 3. Johnson, big swing but too strong. Another attack there, 23-15. So 23-15 the score here, late set number 3. DeWitt's on the attack for the Comets. And mishandled there off the hands of Peterson, and it's a kill for DeWitt's. Lindsay Nyhagen, Jocelyn Austin back in. It's Nyhagen to serve. Late sub here for the Bulldogs, and they won't allow it. Serve played cleanly on the attack there, but too strong off the hands of Nora Dominic, point to the Comets. Now we'll get a serve. It's Cara Pospisil for the first time. Cara, the 5'11 senior from Billings, Montana. Nyhagen serve for the Comets. Line drive played by Brown. On the attack and missing it there is Pospisil. Point Mayville State, 23-18. On the attack comes the Bulldogs, and pushing it over there was Jada Ward for the kill, and we're at match point 24-17. Pospisil to serve. (24-18). Played cleanly by Richter. Nyhagen to Marshak. Big swing off of Pospisil, but kept alive by Ketchum. Off the rafters. Brown somehow able to get it over the net. Here comes Marshak again. Blocked at the net, and it hits the pole, and it's a kill for Marshak, 24-19. Alex Neschheim in. She'll be back to serve. Marshak having herself a nice afternoon here. 6 kills on the night, or afternoon, I should say. Neschheim serve, played cleanly. Here come the Bulldogs. It's Brown. Big swing there, and that's in for the kill, and that'll do it. The Bulldogs take it in straight sets, 3-0 over the Comets. Comets losing streak out to 5 games now. Stay tuned for the postgame show. We'll chat with head coach Laura Pesa, take a look at the final numbers, and look what's ahead for Comet volleyball here for the rest of September. It's Comets fall in straight sets to the Bulldogs, 3-0. All right, welcome into the postgame show, joined by head coach Laura Pace. And as you said off camera, not a lot of good things to talk about, but we both said his third set was a lot better than the first two today.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, coming in today, we knew they were going to be a good team. They're receiving votes. They're just as good. They play good competition every week, just like we do. I think overall offense has just been our struggle. That's something that just based on stats that we've seen throughout our first couple games this season, and something we're going to continue to work on going into the rest of conference play is figuring out ways to score and giving people confidence to go up there and swing away and make decisions, and working through that right now, and that'll be our goal going into practice next week.
Yeah, so, it's going to be tough here away from home now for the next couple weeks. How do you take some momentum from this third set? Obviously, you played fairly well last night against tough Montana Tech teams. How do you take some momentum going into some tough road contests over the next couple weeks?
Yeah, I think that's just what I was disappointed with, is because yesterday I thought we played a clean game of volleyball. We played well. We played at a high level, and then today to come and not show up the same way, that is a little disappointing. But then going into next week, knowing that we can play at the level, we show that we can play at that level. We just need to show up and do that every single night. And going into our road trip next week, it's 4 tough games as far as like just all going into Montana, 4 different locations, 4 different teams, play a lot of volleyball in those 7 days. And so being ready to play and match up with our opponent every single night.
Yeah, no days off here in the Frontier League. A lot of tough punts, so we'll let you go. Good luck.
Thank you.
Head coach Laura Pesa joining us here on the postgame show. We'll take a look at the final numbers in this one. First for Montana Tech. Again, they take it in straight sets, 25-14, set 1 and 2, and 25-19 in set 3. Leading the way, 2 players in double-figure kills for the Bulldogs. Jordan Olson with 11, Danny Brown with 10. 5 kills for Jaden Perez, 3 for Savannah Warburton, 2 apiece for Kennedy Lingenfelter, Jada Ward, Maxine Hoagland, and Olivia Rosborough. 1 for Avery Look, Antonia Duncan, Nora Dominic. 4 aces as a team for the Bulldogs. Savannah Warburton with 2, Lingenfelter with 1. Ward with 1 as well. For the Comets, kind of spread the wealth today. Andrea Marshak leading the way with 5 kills, 4 for Desiree Schwanke, 2 apiece for Cadence DeWitts, Catherine Agnew, Trinity Mancourt, and Haley Johnson, and then 1 for Hanson, Austin, and Nyhagen, just 1 service ace for the Comets tonight. That was Tori Richter. So Comets fall to 2-5 overall, 0-3 in conference play. Montana Western to 4-5, 2-0 in conference play. Comets will be on the road the next couple weekends, September 12th and 13th at Providence and at Montana State Northern, then September 17th and 18th at Carroll College and Rocky Mountain. They're back at home September 23rd against Concordia, and the 23rd and 26th of September against Dickinson and Bismarck State. Comet football tonight in action at Concordia, kickoff scheduled for 7 p.m. So that'll do it here from the Louis League. Comets fall in straight sets. Till then, have a great rest of your Saturday.